Hey, it's been a minute. I'm Corey, and I'm writing a book. Actually, I'm writing a series called Bites of Wisdom. Let's talk about that. The series Bites of Wisdom came about because I've written a couple draft books before. I usually end up dying out about 15,000 words, and I've done this about 5 times. What happens is I get a little too expansive in my writing. I decided, why don't I just do a series and not let it expand and keep the scope minimized to one topic? The first book is going to be From Start to Merge. That's the current title. It's about laying the groundwork, authoring, and reviewing. It's really focused on pull requests and code reviews. I have about 6,000 words, and it's starting to shape up. I have 4 key parts. Part 1 is laying the groundwork. Part 2 is authoring. Part 3 is reviewing. Part 4 is feedback. Part 1, laying the groundwork, really goes into everything before coding. It talks about proposals, about why you should care about this, everything to set up your authoring of your pull request and a good experience for your reviewers. Part 2, the authoring section, it isn't about the code itself. There are too many good, really solid technical books that you should be reading instead of this book. What it does talk about is authoring the pull request itself. Good titles, good descriptions, how to set up the pull request to get good engagement. Part 3 is reviewing, the thing that I actually think most people struggle with. I don't think people know how to do good reviews. It's in isolation. They've not really experienced good reviews. Think about it from the outside. Even if you have a good review and the person literally just left one comment, looks good to me, and the review was excellent, they went through, they confirmed everything, they confirmed your implementation, you have no idea. You have no idea unless they told you what the reviewing that they did, what they looked for, how they confirmed your assumptions, where their critiques were that they had thought there was going to be issues or not be issues. There are obvious reviews that you see and you're like, wow, this is actually really helpful. And I would like to have people see more of those. What I could relate to is when you author code, when you write code, your hands go to the keyboard, it's like typing away, and you do something called code pairing. You get to see exactly how someone else writes code, and you get a very good feedback cycle. It's in real time. On reviewing, I think that's really been missing, especially since remote work. Before, you maybe saw in the office people would wheel over, hey Bob, let's do the review of the MR, do you got time for that? And you do it. But now, not so much. Part 4 is feedback, because I think people are shy on feedback. I want to outline really how to give good feedback, as well as receiving and how to handle and de-escalate conflicts. See, I've spent enough time in my career to see MRs that become keyboard warriors, and I just want to avoid that. How do you disarm people? How do you still move forward and having everyone being listened, but not get stuck being blocked all the time, waiting for, hey, Bob didn't review, but is making a big deal about my MR. Bear with me. It's a journey. The writing's a journey, and I hope you tune in for more details.